All right, so we have our championship bout with Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. Alex at 12-2. Why are you laughing?
No, he said this guy in the chat. He was like,
Oh,
also,
the chats.
he's like, also the money don't hurt.
I saw that. Yeah.
It don't. It don't.
By the way, if
He
you
checks pretty
you
good.
guys ever, because I read the chats, even the ones that talk shit, I just ignore y'all. But if y'all ever just want to hear random giggles from us, just say some funny shit in there because we're reading and we love to laugh. Anyways, Ankalaev at 21 with one no contest, and yeah, both these guys are coming off of wins. They well. Yeah, this has been I think people said that this has been a deserving fight for Ankalaev for some time regarding, or besides the fact that
I'm gonna get this.
maybe they don't like him as much, but
get this
he's
disclaimer
qualified.
I'm gonna get the disclaimer out. I don't fucking like Ankalaev.
Oh God.
Just because of some shit that was said back and forth. I honestly don't personally know him, but just from the couple exchanges we had, and it's fucked up. I don't even know if he said it. It could have just been somebody on his team. I've never heard this dude speak English, so I don't know. But just based off of that, it's a little bit of stank in there, So, but I do respect what he's done as a fighter. I do respect him as a fighter, as a competitor. This title shot has been long over deserved. I believe he should have gotten the title fight instead of the Khalil Roundtree fight that went down in Salt Lake. And it's good that he's finally getting it. And it's gonna be a great fight. This is gonna be a great fight, 100%.
Where do y'all see? How do y'all see this going? What are your thoughts on it?
You want to go first?
I see Ankalaev. Everybody's talking about that wrestling, so I want to see that wrestling. I think Alex Pereira is going to do pretty good at staying long, use his game plan, maybe get another head kick knockout or a flying knee. But this one's going to be all power, I feel like, because Alex Pereira needs it. He needs it to keep Magomed off of him, and Magomed needs to rush in there, get to the legs, attack fast, and make a statement early.
Yeah, interesting fight because, I mean, we all know the Magomed Ankalaev. He's killer. He's really good, and yeah, he's a great fighter. He strikes good, and then wrestling. He has a wrestling too, but I mean, let's see how the fights goes because the only thing I'm thinking of, like, if Pereira kicks low kicks, the Magomed wasn't able to
struggles
check
with those.
against Blachowicz.
Blachowicz got some really hard legs though,
okay,
because
then.
some of those kicks were shin to shin. You know what I'm
Makes
saying?
sense. Okay.
So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then let's see also if Magomed Ankalaev use his wrestling and how he used. I know that also Alex Pereira getting better with wrestling, but it's gonna be interesting. And then the Magomed Ankalaev, he's southpaw, right? It's a lot of things will play out. It's gonna be interesting. I'm not sure. It's gonna be a good fight, high level fight for sure. But we all know Pereira will wait in the pocket, and Ankalaev, he may be wrestling or maybe keep it because I see some interviews or some maybe tweet. He mentioned he's gonna use his wrestling, so it's gonna be
Maybe someone will get him down.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, Jamal, what does each fighter need to do in order to win or stay safe? Like, what are the dangers that they're facing with both Alex and Ankalaev?
All right. So, I've had a lot of time to think about this fight, how it would go down. Part of the reason why I came back 9 months, jumped into camp 7 months off of Achilles injury was because I didn't want Magomed to fight Pereira before I got a chance to get to him. Just because I know the name value and the money fighting, I made a lot of money off of that fight. I tell you what, boy. But still, though, there's a lot of tools at Magomed's disposal to win this fight, as well as Alex. Now, for Alex, the things that I truly think make Alex great and make him such a tall task and challenge. He's new to MMA, and he's fallen in love with learning the sport of MMA. So it's all new to him. So he's always working. He's always grinding. He's always going out, getting work in with new guys, getting different looks and things like that. And I believe that's put him in a really, really good place and at a high level so early in his MMA career, right? He's a workaholic from what I can tell. He's always in good shape and all those things. He don't really get too far distracted or off to the wayside with the wrong stuff. And that's something that works, that I believe works really, really well for him. He's got power. We know that. His pressure is a lot more present inside the cage when you're in there with him, as opposed to how it may look on film. Those low kicks, he's got his philosophies and his little ways and tweaks to his techniques that he does that makes them work very, very well for him. And kicks, even in the last fight with the Khalil, when Khalil landed the punch that kind of dropped him for a second, that question mark kick he threw, fast, extremely, extremely fast. Had Khalil not been one of the shorter guys in the division, that
Could've
kick
clipped
lands
him.
clean.
Yeah.
That kick lands clean and it lands flush, right? So he's got a lot of tricks, and he's one of the most polished strikers, not just in the sport now, but in kickboxing of all time, right? Now, that being said, Magomed striking is seriously being slept on here. It's seriously being slept on here. I don't believe that Pereira sits back and kind of wants to fight out of the pocket. All right, he wants to put the pressure on him and land good hard shots from the outside. Problem with that is Magomed is a counter striker. If you go back and you look at his last few fights, he counters. He waits for you to throw, waits for you to overexert yourself, and even off of feints, if you feint and it puts your feet in the wrong spot, he's countering you.
Yeah.
He's countering you. He counters with combinations. They're fast, and he mixes up his punches. So he has a variety of strikes available at his disposal. There's the fact that he's a southpaw. I believe Pereira has now had a little bit more experience and time to adjust to fighting southpaws, but it's still each southpaw is different. So I believe that will still present somewhat of a challenge for him in the beginning, early stages of finding out, of figuring, before he's able to figure his way in. He wasn't able to figure his way out and figure his way into start on Khalil, started breaking down Khalil until later in the rounds, right? And the thing about that was he was able to do that a lot because of the size difference, right? Khalil had to lunge and wasn't able to really get to him without being explosive and exerting a lot of energy. Magomed doesn't have that problem. He's about almost as tall as Pereira is. So that's another thing that'll play huge for him. And then the wrestling. I believe the wrestling will play a huge factor whenever Alex tries to corner him, right? Because Alex wants to get you up against the cage. He wants to corner you, and then he wants to let those big shots go and hit you with that power and kind of put you away there. I believe Magomed should sit back, but be patient and be ready for those counters, because that's when Khalil was landing. He was landing off of counters, right? Magomed counters is bigger. He's got longer arms, and he has he counters with more combos, and he brings his feet with his punches more. So I believe that will be huge for him there. Be patient. Let him try that power. Because whenever Pereira enters, he enters. It's always that one big shot. It's a big shot that he enters with to kind of hit you, to kind of stun you, to where he can start unloading combinations on you. From there, one shot in against Magomed will get you countered and could possibly get him knocked out. I see a place where Magomed counters and knocks out Alex. That could be a thing. And he can also take control of the fight with distance and range with the wrestling, right? Early on, if Alex does come out gun shy, right, and doesn't want to kind of put that pressure, kind of wants to sit back to the wayside, like we seen him do in the first Yuri fight, he kind of more so danced around a little bit before he kind of tried to implement power. I believe that's when Magomed can implement his wrestling and kind of take control of that, even if it's to wear him down, tire him out, and ultimately start to put himself ahead. If he puts himself ahead and kind of can put early and can put Alex in a position to where he's now like, okay, I got to go. I got to get my shots off on this guy. That's when another place where those counters can be open. Now, for Pereira, the low kicks, like you mentioned earlier, champ, the low kicks are there. He's got good kicks all around. I believe that he would have to produce those in volume. Producing kicks in volume, not like the minute he like kind of slides back or maybe it touches, go right into the next kick. That'll be one way that I believe that he can kind of hurry Magomed up and then force him into making a mistake, right? Him trying to counter the kicks while he's still steady, on point, and ready for that next strike and that next thing. Like this last fight that we had this past weekend with Manel Cup. Every time he just didn't give him the opportunity. He was steady busy, steady working. I believe Alex is going to have to produce a lot of volume in this fight to give Magomed the problems that he needs to give him. He's going to have to do it with volume. He can't just big shot him. He's going to have to upset him with volume, and then that power punch, those power shots that he's going to land are going to have to come as counters. He's going to have to draw him out. He's got to draw him out of his hole, draw him out of his shell, and then hit him with a big counter from there. And then from there, work his way from there to build him down. And those low kicks, that body jab that he throws will be money. I believe he should work those until he's able to draw Magomed out. And then he'll find some opportunities to land that big shot, those big shots, and that power. Knees to the body will be there too. Maybe a little bit of clinch work whenever they do get into some grappling exchanges, good frames and things of that nature. And that's just kind of how I see that. I talked a lot more than I thought.
Interesting.
All right, very, very nice breakdown, Mr. Hill.